Hello and welcome back, predecessor fans. Just a quick recap for you. That was game one. We had Team Immune take the first game of the series. That's going to put them up 1-0. We're going to take a short look at our bracket here quick. As you can see, Team The Professors, just the Professors, have taken the other side of the bracket and are awaiting the winner, potentially of this game, but definitely of this series to see who is going to challenge them for the crown of the Agora tournament series. We are getting right into our picks and bans, I believe. So we should have those for you for game two in just a second here. And here we are. Let's get hyped for game two. Potentially game point for Immune. Team ToS trying to crawl back into this, get themselves back in. And once again, you're going to see the Gideon band come out of ToS. They don't want Jabin or MT to be on that. And then the Countess again. Once again, the target band's going towards the mid laners.
Yeah, run back those bans. Why not? Team Immune had no problems with what they did in game number one. No reason to change anything too drastically here in game number two. Do what worked well first. See if it works well again. Team ToS has
speaking of not changing anything, Virial was definitely one of the high points for ToS. Even if they weren't able to get that victory, Feppy did a whole lot of work with some of those shields coming out. Fun little fact about Feppy, just really quick. This man has been gaming since he was 5 years old. That's when he chose the gamer tag Feppy, and he's stuck with it well into close to the midlife crisis age. I don't know exactly how old Feppy is off the top of my head, but
out here.
He's had it. I would assume he's at least 25. He's had that gamer tag 20 years. Probably one of the longest tenured gaming tags in the community right now.
When are you expecting the midlife crisis?
Immune is going to pick up the Rampage over here, waiting for that second pick to come up, but taking the current King of the Jungle. Ira Twice had a really good performance on the Rampage in the last game, minus a couple of those hunts that he missed on the objectives when Crashy was able to steal them. But yeah, this is the exact rotation we saw out of the last draft as well. Rampage, Gadget coming out for Team Immune.
And I really like this top two because, it gives you the impression of, okay, this is just the run back. Team Immune is doing the same exact thing. But as we touched on in the draft the first time, it has flex potential. They aren't guaranteed going to be running the same characters in these same roles a second time. If Team ToS decides to swap up their draft a little bit in response to what Team Immune has done here in the second draft phase and in the first game, Team Immune can just look at it and say, okay, well, you know what, guys? Maybe I don't want to play Gadget in the off lane anymore. Maybe we take that into the mid lane and we throw it there instead. They have so much room. But the way things are going right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Team ToS just decided to run their draft back as well. Maybe minus the Grux mid, which I don't think was quite as impactful as it needed to be. But their problem wasn't in the draft. It wasn't in how they played the map. It was just that they couldn't find any opportunities to really push themselves ahead. Steel does get locked in, and it's one more good tool to try to find yourself a lead.
That is, and once again, that is the exact pick order that we saw from the last draft. If this Grux comes through, we've just got, insert the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other, looking to be pretty much the same stuff here. Team ToS may be thinking that was an execution problem and not necessarily a draft problem, which I do actually tend to agree with. I really liked the composition that they had picked in that last game.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Honestly, they could even run the Grux back as well and just put it in a different place in the draft. Maybe bring that Fae over to the mid role. We talked about that a little bit, but honestly, Team ToS just didn't have enough roam capabilities. Sure, Crashy was able to walk around and get somewhat active on these lanes, but without that second source of actual damage coming with you, without you having a roaming mid laner as well, your burst goes down, and it is the Fae that gets locked in here. Whether it remains in the off lane or it gets transferred to the mid role, I'll have to wait and see on that, but I really do hope that it comes to the mid.
Yeah, and with Gideon being banned and Gadget being picked on the other side, really the only big mage team fight ult that is left available is the Fly Trap out of Fae. So definitely picking that up to make sure that they can still have, a good team fight presence there. Once again, I said it in the last draft. I will say it again. Fae ult into Steel ult into Muriel ult is nasty. That is 3 or 4 seconds where you're not moving. Well, you're moving, but it's to the center of the Fly Trap, and then you're getting into the bounce house. And
Yeah,
that's
and
just not where anybody wants to be.
I would like to be in a bounce house.
Well,
Sounds like a
not
lot
in
of
game.
fun.
Not
Not
IGN,
not
you
in
know.
game. Not in
Nope.
game. No, the steel Muriel bounce house was not one that looked particularly fun when Neff got caught on it in game number 1. And I think that's a good point to bring up because Team TOS has shown they have the capabilities of executing that combo. They can do it. They just need to find the opportunities to do so. When Faye was in the off lane, those opportunities did not exist. If they do make that adjustment now, you can set this combo up a lot more easily. Have Faye roam over, get Sanjay active in that dual lane, because I really do feel like that's exactly where they need to be looking. Don't let Neff free farm on this Revenant again. You saw how effective it was, but it also raises the question, Lance, is it worth it to send 3 people after Neff on a Revenant? We can just put one of you in a different dimension, say, okay, we're playing a shadow game now. I'm going to walk away from the rest of them.
I think it may take an entire team to kill Neff with the way that he's been playing in this series and in this tournament and in our group play-ins. To be frankly honest with you, I am not the person to come to with, hey, how are we going to kill Neff? How are we going to stop him? Because I would not be able to do it. This man is a monster. Once again, getting the Revenant just like he had in last lane. Probably going to be going that same crest, that same super fun to watch aggressive playstyle that we saw in the last game. Hey, and here comes the Howie, baby. Let's see about this. It does look like they may be giving Profifost the Faye once again and putting Sanjay onto the Howitzer. I personally am a really big fan of Howitzer in the off lane, going that attack speed role. My partners and my teammates in solo and duo queue don't necessarily love it, but I sure like it.
Well, clearly we just have not queued together because I love that build. So you are my man right now, Lance.
We got to get some games in, Spooky. Let's get some games in. So interesting to see. That is a change. The only change that we are going to see is instead of the Grux, we're going to see the Howitzer. Exact same team pick out of Immune so far, waiting to get that last champion, the Narbash. The exact same team for Team Immune that they had in the last game. It'll be interesting to see if Gadget and Sevarog have swapped. Also interesting to see if this is Jabin or Empty, which I think will have a lot of determination for who that Gadget goes to.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I'm looking at these drafts, and honestly, I just prefer Team Immunes. They just have a little bit more frontline. I mean, obviously they have more frontline. They've got Rampage, Sevarog, and Narbash. They've got some beefy boys. On TOS, I do prefer Howitzer in the solo over that Faye. But man, you just don't have a whole lot of tankiness. You're relying on Steel for frontline and Muriel shields to keep you alive at this point. And as great as Freppy was doing in shielding the team and keeping them through some of those fights, as the game goes on and Immune scales up, and most importantly, Neff scales on this Revenant, those shields are going to be doing less and less. They're not going to be finding as much value. I'm really concerned for Team TOS's overall survivability in these mid to late game fights.
I got a feeling for Team TOS, it's not necessarily about surviving, it is about nuking. Howitzer has the ability to absolutely delete one champion. Look for him to be popping up into the air, trying to catch that Revenant, especially if Revenant ults him. Once that root is done, one of the safest things you can do against that Revenant is either counter engage, try to kill him if you've got the damage, get to someone where you can't kill it or where he can't hit you, and Howitzer has the ability to do both of those with the Make It Rain ultimate. So maybe picking that Howitzer to try to attack the Revenant, still pretty tough to see if they get into an extended team fight, how they're going to be able to survive any of them. But it looks like we've got our great transition here, our fantastic graphics designed by our wonderful production team in Hot Sauce and Choice Play. Got to give all of the love in the world to the people working behind the scenes here, and we are about to get on to the map for game 2 of the semis.
As I always say, Lance, there's only one way to know what'll happen in a game. That's to get into the game and see the action unfold. And it does look like we have a little bit of an adjustment there. It is Sanjay on this Faye now, because he is going to be taking a little bit more burst into the mid lane. Has a little bit more range, a little bit more safety, rather than just having to walk all the way up to the mini wave to clear it. He can do so safely at range, giving himself some scaling. I really like this. This gives them so much more potential to play the map and so many more opportunities to fight into Neff. Get a little bit more action on that dual lane. I think this might have a different look for ToS.
Yeah, I agree with that. I had mentioned that one of the ways that they may be able to get a win out of this is to play through Sanjay, get him on one of those traditional mages in which he has been so dominant in the past. A little bit of an attack to the champion pool with having the two mid lane bans, and then the gadget getting picked up on immune early, but definitely comfortable on Faye over here for Sanjay. Look to see this fairy really spread her wings.
Does that make it the Sanfei?
Oh, I like that. I like Sanfei. Yes, great point. And it is Jabin once again. So unfortunately, we're not going to see Empty in this series if Team Immune is able to take game 2 as well. Maybe keeping them fresh for the finals. Who knows for sure? But Jabin, as I said before, definitely a competent replacement for Empty here. A lot of competitive experience for Jabin.
And it is the same matchup as well. It's still Faye against Gadget. And while that may make it seem like there's not much of a shift, not too much of a change, it is actually a very drastic change just because of where they're placed in the map. Both of these now can impact the game a whole lot more. And it doesn't have to just be to that duo lane, right? If Sanjay does decide that he wants to go gank Neft, there can be a response from Jabin to say, okay, there's too much happening on the right side. Let's go try to get our left side a little bit ahead. Let's try and gank Tang, put him behind, and see if we can maybe find a lead on the other side. It doesn't have to revolve around Neft if they don't want it to. As long as they have an answer, that's already a step up.
It really is. The off-lane matchup is going to be interesting as well until we get a little bit of magic resist on the Sevarog. Gonna be a little bit hard to stay in lane with the poke that the Howitzer is able to do. A couple good subjugates and some good poke down onto the Howie early can really turn that around for the Sevarog, but definitely annoying playing a stacking champion into a ranged champion anytime you got to do it. It looks like Jabin's getting ganked. Crashy's just gonna walk right up to him, hit him with the right mouse button. Able to get the root off onto him, stay a little bit safe. Not a lot of follow-up coming out of Sanfei here, but they are going to be able to secure the right river buff over for Immune, and their good guy Crashy is going to give Sanjay the pink buff over there. Do that if you are a jungler. Please don't steal pink river buffs. Well, steal some river buffs sometimes. Don't steal pink buffs from your mid laner unless it's a necessity.
Yeah, that one is really important for this mid lane pressure. Having that pink buff will give Sanjay a little bit more damage.
Sticking.
It is. Yeah. It's in my head.
And we see Tang taking some of that poke.
Now. Oh, go ahead.
Tang taking that poke like we were talking about before, a little bit chunked out as he doesn't have any of the magic resist yet. One more good Q from Profifost might be able to pick up. Now the level's going to give him the health that he needs. Probably not going to be able to get. Oh, maybe.
Goodness.
That poke coming out from the Howitzer hurts, man. The raccoon in a mech suit is really doing a whole lot of damage over here in the off lane. Very vulnerable once he is pushed up this far. He does have the minefield and the concussive mine, I believe, that is going to be able to give him a little bit of slow, a little bit of mixed direction for escape, but a very, very long lane for him to have to run back to. He's going to pick up this Scion buff for getting the pleasure of poking Tang out of lane. Going to get a little bit of extra experience and start to take this lead over here in the off lane. So great for ToS there.
Actually, really, really good for ToS over there. Or, I'm sorry, for... Yeah, ToS.
Yep, that's Profi.
Oh, my goodness. It's really good because it also forces Profifost to lose some CS, right? Sevarog lost an entire wave off of that back. Howitzer just holds the lane, says, okay, if you want this wave, you're going to have to step up to it. Now, there's no way he's doing that. He's going to go ahead and reset, leave the lane, and that's when the wave gets shoved in. Pushes all the way to the tower, has a lot of golden XP that now is just not available. And more importantly, there's a lot of stacks not available as well. But hang on.
Crashy's found Raw.
R is here.
Oh, he's able to get himself out, though. He was holding on to that rock saying, hey, take a step forward, Crashy. Take a step forward, Crashy. Crashy's a smarter player than that. He's not going to get himself into his position. He knew Tang was following him as well. Good job of just taking a peek at each other and getting away there. Oh, sorry about that. Spooky, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you. Just disengaging, not looking for too much fighting in the jungle just yet. They're not looking to do anything drastic. If you notice from game one, both these teams are objective oriented. They're looking around these fang teeth, but in the mid lane, we may still have some action over there.
Yeah, it looks like they have gotten in onto Sanjay. He's pretty far back in his tower, so he is okay. Tang had just put a war down on the 3 buff, so he saw Crashy coming in, which is why he was backing up there as you saw Crashy just peek into his lane there quick. A whole lot of gank attempts here quick, but nobody quite able to execute and draw that first blood. But as I'm saying that Tang and Howie are starting to fight, it looks like... Ooh, he's got that level 6. The Make It Rain should be coming out, but nah, Tang's going to be able to use the right mouse button to get away from him over there, keep himself safe. He's able to recognize that Howitzer is 6 and he is level 5 and not willing to stay there and try to fight him, even with the sustain that he does have in his Q.
Yeah, once he hits level 6, it really turns a lot of the fighting off for Tang. Colossal Blow doesn't do a whole lot against a target in the air. The boulder toss, but unfortunately not a lot of follow-up there.
Gets him with the Steph Curry range.
That it's just so hard to get on this howitzer. Wait, Tang is still fighting. Goodness, you have to be so careful about stepping up there.
I'm really surprised Profi Faust held his ult there. He had it, and Tang was pretty low. Make It Rain does a lot of damage, respecting the fact that he still has that right mouse button to escape over there on the side of Tang. Not necessarily trying to blow that long cooldown of Make It Rain early, unless he knows for sure it is a kill.
Yeah, I really like that decision because it speaks to how Profi is trying to play. He's not trying to utterly dominate the lane. He's satisfied with the TKO. He knows he can push Tang out of lane and get advantages that way. He's holding on to that ultimate to make sure that if he gets ganked, if he gets rotated on, he still has safety available to him. Take to the skies, put some damage out, but clear out of the way of the incoming danger. This is a really good look for ToS.
Yes, it is, but it is a little bit scary to play for late game against the Sevarog in pretty much any situation. Rar's going to find Crashy once again as these guys cannot stop running into each other like they got a middle school crush on each other or something. And once again, nothing is going to happen about it, just like that middle school crush reference.
Oh, wow.
And, see, we got it. It comes full circle. We love it. But yeah, we got a little bit of a of a look over here into that off lane. Jabin's going to go check to see if that river buff is up over there. Should have been secured by one of the junglers. Walking over to that side. Tries to put a nice little hat on the Fae. Turns it down, though. And, yeah, we are just farming at this point. No first blood yet. No turrets down. No objectives yet. Just teams being careful and waiting for the right moment to strike.
And how rude is it that someone tries to give you a hat, you look at it, you just throw it on the ground? Like, don't you know that hurts people's feelings? Truly just rude from Sanjay. But, might have a little bit of an exchange here. Tesla Dome does come out, but Sanjay's only at half. Jabin looks to be out of mana. And this is kind of the story of the game so far, isn't it, Lance? You see a little bit of skirmishing, not able to secure the kills, as right back to farm. It's just trying to play for that late game for both teams. And I think you touched on it, Lance. I think you hit the nail on the head. We said it just looks a little bit better for Team Immune in the late game. Neff and Tang both playing super strong late game characters. This is allowed to go on. Could be dangerous to ToS.
Narbash gets really, really impactful as the game goes on as well. Once he's able to get some of those items that help him with that healing, get himself over that 20 mana regen per second so that he can keep Song of My People on all of the time. Always have those heals going on. It only takes about 2 to 3 items to get him over that 20% mana regen. And just like this, just like last game, ToS is going to go sneak that first Fangtooth.
Yeah, as soon as they see that dual lane clear out, it's straight to the Fangtooth. They are perfectly prepared. And hang on, clear cast may be in danger. Pulled back by the fly trap. Body block, you're going nowhere. The blink is good, but not good enough. Crashy follows through, and crashing down is clear cast.
Put him on the board! That's first blood of the game. Gonna probably open this up, start to see a little bit more of that. Not surprising to see the first blood come a little bit after that first objective. Once they know the team was all grouped up there. Great job catching clear class, taking a little bit too long of a peek there. Getting caught out by the fly trap. Well done by Sanjay and the rest of ToS to follow up on him.
Excellent plays coming out from ToS. This is what they needed to kind of jumpstart things a little bit. Now, we do recall, in Game 1, this exact scenario did happen as well. ToS got first blood, they get the first Fangtooth, they're feeling good. Team Immune is not one to back down from an early lead. They're okay with playing this slow. They can keep this same pace up because honestly, the lead that ToS got from that it's not massive. It's not going to entirely tip the game in their favor. Immune's already answering back some pressure onto this tower. Goes down. Sanjay ready for the fight.
Local gold onto both players for Team Immune there as well. Jabin and Irar Twice going to pick up a little bit of extra money for their pockets. Gets a good follow-up. Oh, here comes the Uno reversal card, but they're able to get away before the knockup's going to come through from the Muriel there. So that's going to be the first turret of the game. And holy cow, would you look over in the dual lane?
Oh, my.
Oh, what else is new? Neft is being aggressive, going all of the way up to tier 2 at 11 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, chasing to tier 2 because he sees that they're busy in the mid lane. What an aggressive lane out of these boys. I am so impressed.
And 11 minutes and Neft hasn't had a kill yet. He's going to change that. It might also change over here on the left side as well. Colossal Blow does come out. Tang gets locked down. Not a whole lot of place for him to go. In the sky, how he rains the damage. But still, Tang stands strong. Dancing around the mini prime, trying to find a way out. His team has shown up. And what is happening? The Fae finally gets it. Sanjay puts him down. And what a setup coming out from ToS. Put one more down. Crashy falls. But Jabin will follow through as well, as now the mini prime being looked at, but these health bars, a little bit low?
A little bit low. Nine should be able to tank most of this for him. Feppy's also got the shields there. Little good guy mini prime there. Helped them take out that last kill there if you saw him. Got him with the ground pound there, over there onto Jabin to kind of do the finishing blow. Great little replay we've got playing there over in the side. Thank you for Choice Play for providing that for us. Very funny seeing Mini Prime pick up a kill.
I thought these were supposed to be neutral buffs, man. He's taking sides.
Yeah, that's not fair. He must be European or something.
Now it is Profitost with the Mini Prime buff, so he's getting that into mid lane. Going to be a little bit harder to deal with now. This was a good swing for ToS. They did lose a little bit for it, but honestly, with this mini prime buff, they can very easily push back into that mid lane. It's already half health on Immune's tower as well. So they can take that one down. Sanjay rotated on, but he's okay. He's all right.
Yeah, not a lot of damage coming out of Tang yet.
Still
pretty early. Well, he's 2 levels up, but he spent a whole lot of time. Oh, no, 2 levels behind. Yeah. So Tang, on top of that, Tang spent a lot of time in this. Off the top ropes, here comes the steal. Gonna shield bash him out. Profitost is gonna pick up that kill over there onto Jabin. He's still got that mini prime buff on him as well. They're trying to answer this tier 1 push over here. Open up both tier 1s in the mid lane. Really spread that map around. Make it so both teams are able to rotate. And that's when we can expect the blood to start coming out of here. Although we've already seen some of it start to come. Ooh, there it is. That's gonna be it. Flytrap's gonna come out, but he's got to be careful here. He's a real tanky boy. It doesn't matter if he's 2 levels behind. Tank's gonna go into the tower. Tank's gonna pick up the little fairy. Holy cow, what a turnaround there for Tang. It looked like he was dead to rights for a minute there. Knows the limits of this champion. Able to get in there, pick that up. Gonna be looking to potentially push that tower down as well. In answer to Team ToS taking this first tier 1 over in the dual lane. And yep, there it is fallen.
Yeah, man, that is a little bit tough coming out for ToS, but it's not the worst thing. They still get the tower on the right side, and they haven't lost the tower on the left, right? So they do lose their mid laner. Sanjay goes down. But what does Team Immune really get for that kill? Not a whole lot. In fact, they've lost more than they got. Some gold to Tang. That's only going to go so far. They're still going to have to worry about the map pressure that is accruing. And already ToS is looking better than they did in game number 1. They've taken steps to improve. They've adjusted their game plan and how they're interacting with Team Immune. And you're seeing the results of it. Now, Fangtooth is on the board. You can see the teams are in the area looking possibly to collapse on it.
Yeah, and we did just see that kill score. It is 5-3 in favor of ToS right now. Turrets are equal as well. They've gotten that mini prime. They've gotten that Fangtooth. So a little bit of gold extra for ToS as they are in the lead right now. Looking to push this series to a game 3. This is going to be a pivotal moment of it once this Fangtooth fight does start, as they are starting the posture check. Try to look to see if Irar Twice is going to get a good rock. maybe a good thunk coming out of it. And here we go. Tang is engaged. They are
Uh-oh.
onto the howitzer. The rock's
Wow!
He's going to get booped everywhere. Going to jump up in the air to make it
Oh, the
rain.
damage!
Not quite enough damage to finish anybody off, though, as the pursuit's coming through. The Tesla Dome's going to come through. Howitzer's going to have a hat on him. That's going to pop the little rat. It looks like Crashy is stun locked for a little bit, but he is a beefy boy.
Oh, what a fly trap!
A big fly trap!
Oh,
Sanfei coming out, and they're going to pick Neft up as well. Great team fight over there for ToS as they're able to get the man advantage. They got the rampage down as well, so there is no hunt on the side of Team Immune. We should be able to get the second Fangtooth over here for ToS.
What a game-changing ultimate coming out from the Sanfei there. Like a three-man fly trap off that one. Completely flipped that fight on its head. ToS was on the ropes. They were in retreat mode. They had to clear out because they were losing that fight. And it looked like Team Immune was just going to start doing what they did in game one. Walk in, have Neff clean up the kills, put out the damage. It's easy. That's what we do. That's what Immune does. Nah, man, Sanjay is on a completely different pick this time around. You can see the impact it's having in this game. He's able to influence these fights so much more effectively. That's what leads them directly to the next Fangtooth.
Yeah, really team of synergy over here for ToS as you start to see what this team comp can really do. Nice subjugate coming out of Tang there. He is about half health though, so he's going to have to be a little careful about fighting this howitzer, as it looks like Sanjay's roaming as well. He's got to look out. The fairy's flying towards him. She says, hey, listen. And
he doesn't want to hear it.
Oh, the subjugate's going to get it. Okay, keeping him safe. Tang's going to get out with his life. Put a little hat on to the Fae as well. Doesn't mind it too much. Able to kind of eat that damage and move back to the mid lane, as she does have that wonderful gray buff. Moving fast as heck, boys.
Yeah, really, really good escape coming out from Tang there. You can't afford to lose your offlaner in that moment, because you take a look at the map and things are in a precarious position for both teams. The slightest thing can set one team ahead. Prime is on the map. It can be looked at any time. If Tang dies there, you can bet that ToS is heading straight to that purple buff and looking to take it off the board there.
Yeah,
it actually, his life.
It looks like they're actually starting to move towards that anyways. You can see Nine and Crashy are kind of looking around it, giving it a little bit of a peek. A really smart play that they're doing is they're leaving their Muriel over here on the right lane as well. You can see up in the corner, she's got that blue dot. Her ultimate is up and online. They're going to try to trick Immune into thinking they've got a numbers advantage and hit that Uno reversal card on him.
Let's see if it pays off for them here. Crashy is taking some aggressive position. He's trying to see if he can bait anyone in. Team Immune, they're wise to what's going on here. They're going to look for the poke without engaging too much. However, this might be the commitment. Crashy's health getting low. Has to blink out. Shield Slam comes through. Ultimate down. Now Team Immune looking to be on the front foot.
Yeah, and Crashy's going to have to go all the way back to base at just a sliver of health. The reversal card is going to come in out of Muriel, bump everybody up, but Immune's really got the inside track. Really neat shifty ult by Profifos there, going into the pit and then blinking out the other side. But they are going to have to try to stall them if they want to keep this mini prime buff off of Team Immune. But it does appear as if they're going to get it right there, as only Tang is going to come off of it. Tang's also going to be able to escape with his life. So great turn right there by Team Immune in order to take probably a little bit of an advantage coming up onto this 20-minute mark where the Orb Prime will spawn.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive for Team Immune there. The fact they're able to reverse that objective take, push ToS off of it and take it for themselves is critical. Crashy, I respect what he was doing there. I see the plan. He's trying to get them to commit so that Muriel could just ult over and disrupt the whole thing. He wasn't able to get enough out while also staying safe and healthy. A little bit of poke came out. Okay, that's not too bad. But then it was the full commitment. Then it was the lockdown. And all of a sudden, okay, guys, I can't stay here anymore. I got to get out. We do see Peppy still came over, but it was a little bit too late. Found a great knockup, but just was not enough value. The damage was not there to combine with that ultimate. Leads to a nice objective for Team Immune.
Yeah, one of the bad things about being bait is sometimes a real big fish comes and bites on that, and you cannot get them hooked up, and they just take your bait to eat it off the hook, and you got no hit there. So yeah, that's basically what happened there for Team ToS. A little bit unfortunate there for them. They got, once again, they are going to put the Orb Prime buff onto Neft as well. We saw him making some absolutely crazy plays. He's 20% buffed up right now. He's going to be looking to make some of those right now as well, as his crest should be definitely online by now. He should be 2 or 3 items in, as it is the 20-minute mark. And look at him just eating this damage from the Fae. Howitzer's going to have to ult the safety, but he is in big trouble here as Tang is pursuing it. Going to have to flash away from the Sanfei, but ooh, they're going to be able to pop down Profifos there. Howitzer's going to fall, did everything he could to survive, but the make it rain is not enough. Crash Bang Boom is coming out onto Sanjay, but Sanjay's going to hit a real nice E-Potch there for the stasis. Big ult out of Crashy there, followed by a real nice shield rush as well. Ooh, really good play by Crashy to start to turn this fight, but they don't have the follow-up damage on it quite yet. Is it going to get Tang? No, the bleeds aren't going to do it. Neft is going to send Sanjay into the Netherrealm, pick that up for himself as well, and they need to be careful. The Steampunk Cowboy is running wild on the map right now, going towards that Drongo as well. He's going to hit an Obliterate here probably. Roar Trice is going to get up there once again. Press forward. Getting those resets on it from getting multiple kills in that fight. And we've said it again. We've said it before. I will say it again. Neft is a madman.
Really, really good plays coming out from ToS. So respect the attempt there to stop Neft early. You saw Sanjay throw out the kit, put a lot of damage down onto Neft. Took him to about half health. Great. That's a wonderful way to start the fight. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, Profifos is actually dead because you haven't actually killed Neft, and he has enough damage to 100-0 anybody he looks at. And from that point on, he's got the free cast throughout the fight. He steps up, finds a target, puts him down, no questions asked. He does not miss, and he does not stop until his target is down. He's so efficient and effective on this Revenant. I can't imagine that if Team Immune moves forward through this tournament, Neft is allowed to play this Rev again because, oh my god, he's just a monster.
Yeah, but one of the problems with it is if you leave this Gideon up and they sub Empty in, Empty's got just as much of an impact on Gideon as I've been seeing this. And it's just, how do you attack these guys? Nice. We got to give the credit for that blind Q that we just saw there. Not sure if it was fully blind or what, but very, very good there. ToS tried to sneak the Orb Prime. This might be a little bit risky of them, as it does look like Team Immune is going to be able to answer it. Tang is low in here. Prime is doing a whole lot of damage to these guys, especially Crashy here. We see him start to come down. Big Tesla Dome is going to come out of Jamin. Gonna finish Crashy up, so they have no hunt here, which is going to put Prime's over onto Immune, and they're going to clean the rest of them up. Only Profifos is alive. They're pursuing him. Oh, is the Thunk misses? Okay, so Profifos is able to get out as of now. Oh, no, he's going to kill himself.
I think it's gets kill credit, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to go over to the Narbash who got him with the Thunk. So, yeah, that's a team wide and or Prime over to Amiz. They're looking to try to get into the finals here, take on Professors for the new title, as it's looking to be like we may have a new champion crowned. They're pushing down that mid-tier 2 right now, looking to go to the inhibitor. Crashy's up. Muriel's going to be up right now, and then nobody else for 5 more seconds here. May be able to get out and defend this inhibitor, but it's going to be very hard with the Orb Prime buff on Team Immune. We saw this in the last game where they were moving in with the Prime buff more than one lane at a time, definitely attacking from different areas. Going to be hard for ToS to clear these minions, and they need to be careful about this because if one small step up here, Team Immune is going to be able to step on their throats and end this game.
Catastrophic for ToS, and it doesn't stop here. Engagement is on. Crashy tries to dissuade Team Immune from pushing towards this.
Flytrap goes wide. He doesn't hit anybody with it. That's not good for ToS.
This team is still very healthy. Immune has the full health bars. Only Tang, who's taken damage. Now these minions are stepping forward, looking possibly for the end call once more. 5 still stand strong. Neft finds the first one as 9 is no longer in the fight. It's only 9 players left to defend and contest over this core. It's being played slow. Like Team Immune may step back for now.
Yeah, the second wave is going to be coming in really good.
Oh.
Over there on the Howie, but Iroar twice is like, nah, I got you, dude. He's going to throw that rock out, keep his ogre alive, make sure that they're still staying in the right swamp. But it looks like Team Immune is going to move towards the end of this game. They're going to have to get back into bases. They're all getting low over here on ToS. Really, really strong wave clear with the Fae and with the Howitzer.
Oh, no.
What a Testodome. Good stasis. He's going to have to try to, steps right out of it. The core is going down, though. It's at about 23% health right now. One more big push by Team Immune should get them into the finals. They still have... Oh, no, it does look like the Orb Prime buff has fallen off of Team Immune at this point. But now what they're going to do is they're going to move over. They're going to pick up that right side inhibitor. They're going to have 3 lanes of super minions pushing against them. And ToS's crown is in jeopardy. Ooh, Crash is going to get hit by a rock, and then look how much that Obliterate did to him. Holy cow. Neft is chunking at this point of the game.
So much damage being output from both sides. Clearcast is the clear target for ToS, but stunned down is Sanjay. That's not a good look. Hat is on, trying to get out, trying to stay alive, and this is a tense defense coming out from ToS, but still, it's a blink in, and ProfiFoss finds Neft. That might just be enough to keep their core alive and push Team Immune back. They go full retreat. They no longer have the ADC for the structural damage. And finally, giving up those inhibitors pays off. It was way too risky to bother stepping up to them. They make the right call. Give them up. Don't lose anyone. The fact that ToS is able to survive for so long, playing that base defense, is why they stand strong.
Yep, and starting to get a little bit of health regen into that core as well. It was down to 23%, back up to 26 now, and I cannot believe ToS was able to survive there and claw to hang on. Really, really good effort from them, fighting till that last minute. No game is over until the game is over. The death timers are getting long at this 27-minute mark. All they need is one good team fight to go their way. They may be able to base rush them and finish this game off themselves. Wonderful job by ToS, not giving up, clawing back into it. Really, really strong wave clear with both the Howitzer, the Drongo, and the Fae over here for them. So really able to keep themselves alive, fighting off that Orb Prime push for all of that as well. Really good wave clear and wave management from ToS, doing what they can to survive.
Here's the problem,
Team of survivors.
Team of survivors. There you go. But now it's an open core, and that means that Team Immune can walk in whenever they please. This defense is tough. You have to be very careful about where you go on this map. Can you afford to contest a Primal Fang 2? That apparently not, because Howie goes down. ProfiFoss no longer in this one. The Revenant strikes like a ghost. And it may just be the final push that Team Immune needs to crack this base wide open.
Oh, the Subjugate's going to land onto the face. She's going to use Stasis to try to stay alive. The Blink as well. Really good use of the Stasis and the Blink there. Really nice Subjugate coming out of Tang. If that... Oh, another second really nice Subjugate coming out of Tang. Here comes the Uno reversal card to keep him alive. Muriel is so handy to have on your team here. But once again, here comes Team Immune. They're making a move towards the base. Down to 15% of the core. 10%. 6-2. Oh, and we're going to have a new champion. That's Team Immune taking game 2, going to match up against the Professors in the finals today. Good games to ToS, good games to Team Immune. We're going to have a new champions, buddies.
As the tournament just got broken wide open with the fall of ToS, the reigning champs are down and out. Could it be the EU boys taking the crown over here? Will it be the Professors? This is a hard call to say what exactly will happen next, but that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, isn't it, Lance? Kudos to Team Immune. Still just looking clinical. I will say ToS looked much better in game 2 than they did in game number 1. They had a lot more fight back. We saw them make some more plays across the map. Putting Sanjay on that Fae, I think, really contributed to that a lot. But as the game went on, I think we saw a little bit of that draft start to unravel for them. They didn't have the front line to survive against the damage that Neft was putting out, the damage that everyone was really putting out at that point. And once Tang was able to step forward and start dropping those subjugates consistently on top of Sanjay, there just wasn't a whole lot that they could do.
No, not a whole lot of frontline themselves. A really good wave clear, as you saw come into it late, but that's not a great substitute for that front line that they had, for that big team fight that they were having coming out I really liked what ToS tried to do in that game. I really liked their comp. But man, those players on Team Immune are so good, and they play so well together. They are really looking to be a powerhouse. We saw them kind of walk through our first group stage last Sunday. Yeah. We kind of saw them dominate for the core over in Europe as well. It's looking like we're starting to get a performance like that as well. Big shout out to their sub, Jabin, stepping up into those games. Really good performances out of Jabin as well. We are looking to have just such a hype final for this. The professors have got a whole bunch of really big names on it. This is really a clash of the best NA players versus the best EU players, and I cannot wait to see these games that are coming up.
Honestly,
go ahead, Spooky. Give me another point, would you please?
Oh, this is less of a point. And honestly, man, I think it's about time we stop saying they're looking like powerhouse. Man, they are a powerhouse right now. They are just so good right now. You would not be able to tell that these guys are on ping. I'm really interested to see how the teams adapt to them, what strategies they bring out to stop them. Because at this point, right, teams have had plenty of time to watch Team Immune. The professors should be living up to their name, right? They're the professors. They study, they teach. They should take some time. I'm sure they've watched this game. We saw they had already moved up to that final match as this second game was starting. You can bet they were watching. You can bet they were learning, preparing.
Yeah, so we are going to just take a quick look back at our bracket. We're going to review the whole thing really quick. We had ToS win their first quarter match final against Ratcries Gaming in a 2-0 fashion. Press Tab also got 0-2'd into Team Immune. We just saw Team Immune 2-0 ToS, which is going to put them into our grand finals. To get here for their opponent, Slime Temp beat Vanguardians, but then fell to the Professors after the Professors 2-0'd Team Faded. We have got two teams that have not lost a game in our finals. You are not going to want to go anywhere. The matches we have next for you are going to be hype. This will be a best of 5, and I will see you there.